Okay, we talked about serving principles, and as always, we want to use these principles to start generating keys in this skill. And so we're going to just start by addressing a standing float serve. That's the most basic of our serves here. And so a standing float serve, we just want to be ready to go, and we're going to get into what we're going to call a bow and arrow position. And basically, if you've ever shot a bow, you know you kind of get your bow hand here and you pull it back like this. But this is the position we want to be in, shooting a bow and arrow. And we want to kind of stand sideways and maybe 45 degrees, we're not sure exactly, but stand kind of sideways to our target. We want to hold the ball in one hand because what that does is it allows us to open up and be in this good ready to torque position. And so that's really the intent of this bow and arrow, to get us opened up into this good position where now I can generate speed with torque. And then I want to get my hitting elbow and shoulder kind of back in here. And again, I just want to be in this good open position here, ready to go. So that's the first key. I want to be in a bow and arrow position. I'm going to be standing sideways to my target. I'm going to hold the ball in one hand, and then I'm going to get this kind of hitting package, the shoulder and elbow back here, nice and back and opened up. Okay, we've looked at getting in this good bow and arrow position, and now we want to talk about kind of the rhythm of the serve. And the key is place, step, hit. And we talk about place rather than toss, because toss kind of indicates this big activity. And again, we just want it to be simple. So we're just going to place. We're going to take a step with our forward foot, and then we're going to contact the ball, and we're going to hit it. So place, step, and hit. And when we hit the ball, we'd like to hit it on the heel of our hand, kind of down in here in this solid surface. And we can have our fingers spread, we can have our fingers tight, but basically we'd like to hit it down here kind of on the heel of our hand. So place, step, and hit is the next key. There's also a subsequent key to this. If you've got some younger athletes, it might be step, place, step, hit. And you can have them take a big step with their back foot and then step forward. If they need to generate a little bit of momentum, that's a good way to do that. And we find that that's a useful key for some of the younger players. So step, place, step, hit helps them kind of get some momentum going, and then they can generate that torque. So key number 2, the rhythm, place, step, and hit. All right. Talked about keys 1 and 2. We're looking at key number 3 here. It's swing to target. And we could say that we want everything coming down to target. We want to place the ball towards our target. We want to step towards our target. And ultimately, we want to swing to target. And so this addresses the accuracy part of this. We want to make sure that everything comes in line with our target. And quite often, we tell our athletes we'd much rather be good than sneaky, or we'd rather be accurate than deceptive. And so rather than trying to have a swing where we sneak things in on people, let's just go be great at hitting our target. So we want to place, step, and swing to target. Everything comes down this target line, allows us to be much more repeatable, much more accurate, and that's key number 3, swing to target. Okay, once our mechanics are in place, with our bow and arrow, we've got good rhythm, we're swinging to target for accuracy. Now serving becomes about seeing the results, kind of feeling what I did, and connecting what just happened. What did I do to produce that result? And so we want that as part of the athlete's routine. You got to see what just happened and connect your movements to the result. And so that's an important part of becoming a good server. Can you see and connect what just happened and connect those results to the movements I just make and make any adjustments that I might need? Okay, some of the things you're going to see your athletes do when they start to serve, they're going to make some common mistakes here. And probably one of the most common is we're going to be squared up too early. So we're not going to be opened up, ready to generate torque. We're going to be squared up kind of early, and that's going to create, again, either just an arm serve, that's going to be the only thing we're using to generate speed is just our arm, or some kind of pike motion like this. So they're going to be squared up a little too early. Another common error is just our toss ends up being a toss rather than just a simple place, and it goes kind of all over the place. It'll go behind us, it'll go off to the side, it'll go too low. And so tossing errors or placement errors are another common mistake. Another thing you'll see your athletes doing is using their legs to toss the ball. And this again creates, when we talk about what has touch and feel, it's our hands and arms. We'd like to use our hands and arms to control that toss rather than our legs to generate this power, because again, we want to be simple, we want to be repeatable, and using our hand and arm to control that toss is much more repeatable than using our legs. Another common mistake is holding the ball in two hands. They'll hold the ball here in two hands to get ready to serve. And again, this just kind of prevents us from opening up. So anything that we do that keeps us from getting into this position, we want to avoid.